The Timberwolves have strung together now 5 consecutive wins after knocking off the Raptors tonight at Target Center, 115-107. The final score as we begin Wolves Live, presented by Postman Law with Rebecca Brunson. I'm Marnie Gellner. The Raptors came ready to play here to start this one off. The Timberwolves had an early deficit to overcome, but once they regrouped from that, kind of put it into high gear, they looked like a team that is in shape and ready for a postseason run.
Yeah, and it had a huge part to do with the bench shooting coming in, because in that first quarter, every starter was in the negative except the bench players. When they came in, that's when things started to change. The Wolves got themselves in an early hole and were down 12 in the beginning of that one. And it was everybody else that came in and started to contribute outside of the starters that made this into an effective ball game and really got things going for them.
And the player off the bench that really led that charge was Ayo Dosunmu. And he had to come in a little bit earlier because Jaden McDaniels had some early foul trouble in the first quarter. And Ayo really got the pace going for the Timberwolves. Defensively, he scrapped things up a little bit. He made a huge impact.
The combination of Ayo, Dante, and Ant were by far the best backcourt in this game. The way that Ayo has become more and more comfortable as we see the game start to progress, he is comfortable with multiple lineups. It just doesn't have to be the bench guys. It could be any combination of players, and he is doing things. He's being aggressive. You talk about him coming in when Jaden went out. That means that he had a bigger defensive role right away. Right. And he embraced that. He had active hands. He was in passing lanes. He got deflections, was able to play fast off of that. And then he was able to get his offense going as well. That Ayo gets, you can see him getting more and more comfortable and really being a part of key players at key moments in the ball game.
Yep. And he had double-figure scoring in each of the last 2 games. He had 14 on Tuesday night against Memphis. It was 13 tonight. Before the game, someone asked Chris Finch about a new player joining a team and how long does it take to find a rhythm? And Finch said about 10 games. Tonight was Ayo Dosunmu's 10th game
he has found
with
his
the
rhythm.
Timberwolves, and it looks like, he's feeling pretty comfortable right now. A 13-point night for Ayo Dosunmu. Rudy Gobert finished tonight with 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists for Gobert. And right after the finish of this game, Gobert spoke with Leah Bielsen.
Rudy, you guys are stacking wins up. That's 5 in a row right now. Let's start with Julius Randle and the way he impacted this game early with his physical play. Did that spark you guys early?
Definitely. On both ends. It started the ball very aggressive, and offensively, I felt like he made the right play for the most part of the game, so that's huge for us.
And then we'll go to Ayo, who was simply outstanding in this game, and he's really been able to kind of change the momentum of this team. What have you seen from him since he's been with us?
It's been amazing, just bringing physicality, pushing the pace, finding his teammates, hitting shots, just what we needed.
And then, Rudy, you have been so incredible in this game because you impacted the game in so many different ways. You led the team in assists, but you were blocking shots as well. That's right. And defensively, just a monster. What does it feel like when you're playing at that level?
It feels great. I try to set the tone every night, be the best defender in the world every night and help the team win. That's what I love to do.
And is this team playing at where you believe they should be right now?
Still have a lot of room to grow, but we have the right mindset, so it's going to be a fun, last couple of months.
All right. Thanks, Rudy.
Thank you.
I love how Rudy looked up at the stats to see if he actually led the team in assists tonight. He should feel really proud about that, but he should also feel proud about all of the other things that he was effectively doing. Look, he played in drop coverage all night, and when Toronto came and tried to shoot over him, he had such an extended hand, used his length, didn't foul, got blocks, got deflections. He was great defensively, and every time someone tried to challenge him, he stepped up to that challenge. Right, so his defense, I think, was terrific in this ball game, and it didn't just happen with him guarding people on the post. It happened with him guarding guards that were trying to run downhill and take advantage, feeling like they had a mismatch. And it wasn't all of the plays when they were coming into the paint. Sometimes Rudy had to go out and guard them when they had a live dribble and stay in front and get contests on. And he did all of those things. He was terrific defensively. And then you add the 18 points. I think that is special because when he plays defense like that, reward the big man.
Yeah.
Right? Give him something on the offensive end. Set him up for success. So the Wolves guard set him up. He got to the free throw line, 4-6 from the free throw line. Terrific game from Rudy.
And I also thought it was a physical game. You saw him get kind of knocked and blocked several times as he does, especially on the head. And he kept his composure. There was no retaliation. There were no flagrant fouls, no technical fouls out of Rudy Gobert. And it was a solid 18-point, 12-rebound, 5-assist night from Gobert. Dante DiVincenzo had a 16-point night. He shot 4 of 7 from the floor. All but one of those were 3-point shots. So 4 of 6 from 3. A nice, solid, active night from DiVincenzo.
Active. You saw him hit the 3, and then you saw him get the deflection, almost going towards half court, come back in and still get the steal. All right. So he was terrific. His energy was elite. He was active defensively. He got his hands on a lot of things, but then he was able to knock down the 3 as well. You saw the first 3 that he took. He knocked that one down, and I feel like that opened things up for him. Sometimes you'll see Dante take some shots, and he'll miss a couple, and it takes him a little bit of time to get into his rhythm. He'll get there, one of the best shooters in the league, right? One of the best catch and shoots from 3 for sure. But sometimes it might take him a little bit. When he knocks that first one down, I feel like that energizes him, and then you're going to get what you get on both ends of the floor. So he was terrific actively, defensively, and then being able to get in those catch-and-shoot situations and knock those down.
And Dante DiVincenzo was one of 6 different Timberwolves players in double figures tonight, all between 12 and 22 points. Really balanced scoring tonight from the Wolves. They pick up their 5th consecutive win. We'll hear from the head coach. Post-game reaction from Chris Finch coming up next here on Wolves Live. It's now 5 consecutive wins for the Timberwolves after tonight's 115-107 win over Toronto. Here's our Menards game summary, where the Wolves shot 52% and made 13 three-pointers. A very balanced scoring night where Anthony Edwards led 6 different players in double figures. Also a good bench night for the Wolves, 34 points from Minnesota's reserves. Here are post-game comments now from head coach Chris Finch, presented by Treasure Island.
Well, I thought we matched their physicality. That was the key to the game. We knew they were going to be physical. I think maybe caught us a little by surprise. We played a little faster with a bit more force. We upped the defense. We challenged everything, made them miss a lot of shots. I thought we just kind of were able to go places with the ball offensively that we weren't able to do in the first half, and we had to move for each other. We had to open up the floor for each other, and we had to go somewhere. So.
And Io seemed to have made such a big impact in this game. You could really feel his presence.
He's really good against those types of teams because he plays with force and he plays straight lines and he plays quick. He was awesome tonight, both ends.
Chris Ant seemed to do such a good job of moving the ball to other teammates. Yeah. I mean, when he is commanding the floor like that, how much better does it make you guys? Yeah, I thought
once he realized that it was going to be hard for him to kind of do his thing, he got off of it. He stayed patient. Got a lot of really good looks from the three-point line as a result. I thought Julius was really good early in the game, playing through him. Everybody kind of chipped in, played smart offense in the second half. But Ant, he was great. He was patient. He didn't force anything, let the game come to him. He was really good defensively too.
Are you seeing Julius's activity defensively start to pay dividends here?
Yeah, he took the challenge. And, sometimes I forget, being in the Eastern Conference, he knows a lot of those guys really well, playing them time and again. So he definitely took the challenge. He was really good defensively. I loved his physicality on the ball. In his switches, he was really aggressive. Another good rebounding game for him as well.
Last 2 games, you guys have had some early foul trouble. It's nice to have that extended bench now.
No doubt.
Smooth out.
Yeah.
Made a big difference.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we got options and depth and versatility. So, we're super blessed right now. Again, our front office did a great job of, rounding out this roster with exactly what it needed.
Do you think that Io's second quarter performance kind of set the tone for the physicality that you wanted in the second half?
No doubt. And also, it was a good was a good role model for us offensively. Just how he just went places, with quickness.
Dante's really flying around. You see him trying, especially defensively, to almost set a tone, but also play make. Mm-hmm. When you have extra bodies, he played 26 minutes. They seem to maximize those. Is that kind of ideal now? Hey, you don't have to play 35 minutes, so let's.
Yeah, 100%. And I thought I was trying to look for opportunities to get Dante back in. I thought he was great tonight, really good. What Io was also really good, and I thought we got a chance to hold those guys. Ant too. I was able to hold Ant pretty deep into the fourth and put him back in for just a couple minutes to help close the game. So, something that we weren't necessarily able to do earlier in the season. And Dante plays so hard with so much physicality, so it's good to get him some moments.
How rare is it for somebody to be able to score at full speed like Io can?
He's got a really good touch. When he gets that thing up, it has just like a soft bounce off the glass. And that is a unique skill, to be able to try and take the speed off the ball when you're moving that fast. But
Chris Finch, pretty satisfied with tonight's performance. So 115-107 win over the Raptors as our coverage continues next. Revisiting our pregame predictor, we had taken Io DeSumo to score more than 11.5 points tonight, and Io delivered a 13-point night off the bench for DeSumo, who was a huge spark for the Timberwolves tonight for the second consecutive game. The Wolves win over the Raptors. We'll look ahead at the Wolves closing out a 3-game homestand coming up next. For their next 4, starting in Los Angeles, they'll play the Lakers, followed by the Clippers. The Orlando Magic, 33-28 this season. But for the standards they had set at the beginning of the season and the goals they had, this is an underachieving Magic team for sure. So the chance for the Timberwolves, if they play it right, to tack on a 6th consecutive win.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think it's really about Orlando in this matchup. I think that you said it exactly right, Marnie, is that the Wolves need to focus on what they're doing. They just gained some leverage in the standings by winning this game. Or I think they jumped into 3rd, surpassing Houston. You don't want to give that up versus a team that you should win. So holding on to that is going to be very important so that they have that going down the stretch of games that start to become more difficult.
Yeah, that's a great point because Houston lost tonight in overtime to Golden State. So now Minnesota is 3rd in the Western Conference with a chance to solidify that a little bit more. We'll see if they can do that on Saturday afternoon as the Orlando Magic visit Target Center. The Timberwolves pregame show will be at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's a 2:00 game here at Target Center in Minneapolis. The Wolves have won 4 straight. They beat the Raptors tonight, this is 5 in a row, looking for 6 on Saturday. Wolves Live on FanDuel Sports Network is delivered by Postman Law. Injured in an accident? Others promise. Postman delivers.